Hello everyone, I am Shutapa Datta. Welcome back to my channel Shutapa's Biology. My today's topic is some smaller organelles like ribosome, like Golgi bodies and endoplasmic reticulum. So first I am coming to ribosome. Ribosome is known as protein factory. It's known as protein factory. It's a electron microscopic structure, so it can't be, it's so small that it's the smallest organelle. It's so small that it can't be observed under the compound microscope, so it can be only observed under the electron microscope. So after the discovery of the electron microscope, ribosome was discovered, and it was by George Palade. Ribosome is known as protein factory of the cell. Protein factory. Another name is organelle within organelle. Organelle in organelle. And it was discovered by George Palade. And another scientist, Albert Claude, was also related with the different actions of ribosome, and that's why it's known as Claude particle. Albert Claude. So in other words, is known as Claude particle. In my previous video, I have told you that ribosomal subunits never remain together. In normal conditions, they have no good relations, we can think, otherwise they would stay together, but they never stay together, so we think that they don't have good relationship among them. So they have two subunits in a complete ribosomal structure. They have two subunits, one is smaller and another is larger. And another thing is that ribosome is amembranous structure. It's amembranous structure in prokaryotes. In my previous video, I have told you in prokaryotes the 70S ribosomes are present, but prokaryotes have no membrane bound structure. As ribosome is not membrane bound, so in 70S ribosome is present in prokaryotes also. Now on the basis of their subunits, they are divided into two types. So next is that ribosome has two subunits. It's made up of rRNA and ribonucleic protein. rRNA, and so what's the structure of ribosome? They are amembranous. Number two, they have two subunits. Number three, made up of rRNA, that is the ribosomal RNA, and ribonucleic protein. About the rRNA, I have discussed it in my previous video in the nucleus, that nucleolus is the place of rRNA synthesis. There I have discussed about the rRNA, that rRNA is the component of the ribosomal subunit. Now ribosomal subunit, they have no function other than protein synthesis. Now during the protein synthesis, they associate with each other, that is smaller unit, subunit and larger subunit assemble together to form a complete ribosomal particle. Otherwise they remain scattered in the cytoplasm of the cell differently, separately or freely move. Okay. Now in a smaller, in types of ribosome, you can see they have main two types. types of ribosome. They have main two types. Number one is 80S type or eukaryotic type, as it's present in eukaryotic cells only, eukaryotic type, and number two is 70S type or prokaryotic type. Now I am in 80S type. First I am discussing about the 70S type, a smaller one. Here the subunits are 30S plus 50S. So smaller one is 30S and larger one is 50S. But if we add these two, they make the 80S. Why 70S? The people are teaching of biology, they don't know mathematics. No, it's not like that. It's actually the association, when their association takes place during the protein synthesis, the mRNA assemble them. The mRNA assemble these two subunits. Already I have told you they have no good relationship, so they don't want to come closer to each other, but mRNA will bring them closer to each other and it will not take any of the scope. It will keep the two subunits in overlap manner, and this overlap portion is 10S here. So that's why 80S minus 10S is equal to 70S. So this overlapped area has no function in ribosomal subunits. Likely in 80S they have 40S plus 60S. That should be 100S, but it's 80S in the same manner. Now I am coming to the S. What S denotes? S has two meaning here. Number one, I have told you it's a very small particle. We can isolate it after the sedimentation. Now what is sedimentation? If we use the machine, centrifuge machine, then if we keep the ribosomes in test tubes and put it inside the centrifuge machine, then the sediment, they will be sedimented. And according to their rate of sedimentation, the heavier particle will sediment first. It's the scientific concept of physics also, that heavier particles will be sedimented first, and in case of the larger subunit, they will sediment first. And this sedimentation coefficient is S. So number one, sedimentation coefficient is S here. So after centrifuging, we can get the sedimentation coefficient that indicates the S. And number two, S denotes the Svedberg's constant or Svedberg's unit. It was firstly sedimented by scientist Svedberg. The S is silent in this pronunciation, that Svedberg is S. Svedberg. That's why it's also known as S. So from the two, on the basis of the two things, that is on the basis of sedimentation coefficient as well as on the basis of the inventor, it's known as S. Now I am coming to the next one, that during the protein synthesis, what's their association? During the protein synthesis, mRNA, I have told you that mRNA will bind them. mRNA has the main function to bind the ribosomal subunits first. Suppose this is the mRNA. This thread is known as mRNA. Now ribosomal particles will form a association with this in this manner. Firstly the smaller subunit and then the larger subunit. In this way they will assemble here, and this structure is known as polysome or polyribosome. Polyribosome or polysome. So this is about the ribosome which is required. And another thing is that for the association of the ribosomal subunits, they need the magnesium ion. concentration of magnesium ion, divalent magnesium ion is very important for the association. Okay, so this is about the ribosome, and the main function of ribosome is to take part in the protein synthesis. This is about the total ribosomal structure. Next, I am going to the next structure, that is Golgi body. Golgi body, it has another name also, lipochondria, rich in lipid, and number 2, it plant cells, it's known as dictyosome in plant cells. It was first discovered by Camillo Golgi. And it's a structure where the different subunit structure are assembled together. Like that, in the structure of Golgi body, we can get, they have 3 structures, that is number 1 cisternae, number 2 tubules, and number 3 vesicles, all assembled to form the Golgi body. And in a cell, Golgi body has 2 surfaces, that is, one is convex surface and another is concave surface. Suppose these are the cisternae and these are the vesicles. And some tubules are also there. Now, these cisternae are flat disc-like structure. This is cisternae, flat disc-like structure. These are tubules. These are branched tubule, and these are vesicles. Now, cisternae, you are saying that the cisternae has 2 faces. One is concave face, another is convex face. The concave face, that is this one toward the cell membrane, and this is known as transface. This is known as transface or maturing phase. Or phase of maturation. And another is this convex one is known as, this is near the nucleus, and it's known as, this convex part is known as cis phase or originating phase, phase of origin, phase of maturation and phase of origin, cis phase and trans phase. Now, cisternae are the main structure, which are flat disc-like structure. Tubules are the branch tubules, smaller in number than the cisternae, and vesicles are the round vesicles. And inside the cell, when Golgi body is there, surrounding the Golgi body, in the cytoplasm, fewer cell organelles or no cell organelles are present. Why? It's known as zone of exclusion. So in Golgi body we can get, it's the zone of exclusion. It's very important for the competitive. Just mind it. It's competitive, in a competitive exam. It's very important that what is zone of exclusion surrounding the Golgi body. No cell organelle or few cell organelles are present, and that bare region is known as zone of exclusion. We can say it's no man's land. Okay, now in this zone of exclusion, why the zone of exclusion? That's related with the function. It's thought to be that in zone of exclusion there are no organelles, smaller organelles or any other organelles, as Golgi body has the main function. I am coming to the function of the Golgi body. That the Golgi body has the main function of reverse pinocytosis. You have studied already pinocytosis, that is in cells, in other part of the cell, that is membranous part of the cell. You have studied pinocytosis and phagocytosis. The cell has drinking known as pinocytosis, and it has reverse pinocytosis, that is it has the action in the secretion. If many organelles are surrounding the Golgi body remain present, then Golgi body will apply a suction force on them also. That's why I think that zone of exclusion is present surrounding the Golgi body. So function of the Golgi body, number 1, reverse pinocytosis or secretion of cell, controls pinocytosis, it controls secretion of cell. Number 2, it has role in cell plate, cell wall formation. In plant cells, cell wall formation, takes part in cell wall formation. Number 3, it has role in fertilization during the formation of acrosomal cap. Acrosomal cap formation. These are the functions of Golgi body in short. So this is about the Golgi body. Next I am coming to endoplasmic reticulum. Today's last topic. In short is known as ER, the endoplasmic reticulum. In short is known as ER. Now it forms the cytoskeleton structure of the cell. Cytoskeleton structure of the cell. It's surrounded, it's scattered throughout the cell. Already in cell wall, I have told you about the plasmodesmata. You just, I am referring by that video in which I have discussed in cell wall, that they are scattered throughout the cell, and compartmentation of the cell they take part, and that's why the plasmodesmatal connection is attached with the endoplasmic reticulum. Now endoplasmic reticulum has different structure like this. Like the Golgi body, they have also cisternae, tubule and vesicle, but their structures are surrounded, their structures are scattered throughout the cell, and Golgi body is isolated in a single place. The same types of structures are present in ear also, and ear types of ear. If we come to types of ear, mostly broadly it has 2 types. It has 2 types, that is number 1 R ear or rough endoplasmic reticulum, and number 2 is S ear, that is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now while R ear has the structure like this, they have ribosomes impregnated on that. They have ribosome impregnated structure. These red dots are the ribosomes. It's present on the outer side of the ear. That's why it seems rough in surface, and they are attached with the ribosomes are attached with the ear by a complex is known as ribofourin. Ribofourin help to attach the ribosomes with ear. Ribofourin. Now in ACR they have no ribosomes. Now so from this it's clear that RER is related with the protein synthesis mostly, and ACR is related with the lipid synthesis, steroid synthesis, etc. They are not related with protein synthesis. And outside the nucleus we also always get the RER. And this is about the endoplasmic reticulum, and that's all today.